ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः योगाः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मयोगविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया योग वेदांत दर्शन साधनेन आत्मानुभूति कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म शिष्यव्याप्ति अस्मिन् निष्ठितानां विजयार्थं निरंतर पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ योग दर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणं नमनं प्रार्थना। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षे नमः। कपिलमहर्षे नमः। कपिलमहर्षे नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम अथ श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम तृतीय पादम विभूति पादम सूत्राणि तृतीयो पादः विभूति पादः। ओम देशबन्धः चित्तस्य धारणा तत्र प्रत्यय एकतानता ध्यानं तदेव अर्थमात्र निर्भासं स्वरूपशून्यम् इव समाधिः त्रयम् एकत्र संयमः तज्जयात् प्रज्ञालोकः लोकः तस्य भूमिषु विनियोगः त्रयम् अन्तरङ्गं पूर्वेभ्यः तदपि बहिरङ्गं निर्बीजस्य व्युत्थान निरोध संस्कारयोः अभिभव प्रादुर्भावौ निरोध क्षणचित्तान्वयः निरोध परिणामः तस्य प्रशान्तवाहिता संस्कारात् सर्वार्थता एकाग्रतयोः क्षयोदयौ चित्तस्य समाधिपरिणामः शान्तोदितौ तुल्यप्रत्ययौ चित्तस्य एकाग्रता परिणामः एतेन भूतेन्द्रियेषु धर्मलक्षणावस्था परिणामाः व्याख्याताः शान्त उदित अव्यपदेश्य धर्मानुपाति धर्मी क्रमान्यत्वं परिणाम अन्यत्वे हेतुः परिणामत्रय संयमात् अतीत अनागत ज्ञानं शब्दार्थ प्रत्ययानाम् इतरेतर अध्यासात् संकरः तत्प्रविभाग संयमात् सर्वभूतरुत ज्ञानं संस्कार साक्षात्करणात् पूर्वजाति ज्ञानम्। नारायण। Yesterday we were seeing the Jaigi Shavya Rishi's reference. We just do that today. 18th mantra. Samskara Sakshatkaranat Purvajati Jnanam. When we do the Sayama on Samskara, the Purvajati Jnana will come. Because Samskaras are formed because of something is done in some place at some time. So when we are focusing on that, we are lifted or taken to those places at those times. And they have all happened in the past. That past can be a moment before or it can be 1,000 lives before also. So that is the power of this Sayama done on Samskar. Then we were told yesterday, we saw the two types of samskaras are there. One is vasana samskara, and that is the cause of smruti and klesha. Another samskara is dharma dharma samskara, which is the vipaka hetu in the form of punya punya and in the form of sukha dukha. So dharma dharma रूपी संस्कार हो गए, वासना रूपी संस्कार हो गए. There are two types of samskar. When you do the sayama of that, purvajati jnana means all where that samskara started, how many, in which are the situations it took different turns, different strengths, different convictions, different additions, that today it is like this. It as a corollary gives another knowledge that what we are now is a product of our molding ourselves consciously or unconsciously in so many ways. Knowing this, when we become conscious, try to mold ourselves, then we can get ourselves molded in a positive way also, by the way. Okay. Now this we have seen yesterday. Purvajati Jnanam. Our own also, when we focus on others' samskara, we get the Purvajati Jnanam of them. Here, the difference between this sutra and the last to last one is what? In this Purvajati Jnana means that samskara where it has formed, where it started forming, what is the incident, that is the reason, that will be revealed. Then remedy can be discussed. Like whose din you fought with that fellow, that created the hatred in you for that person. Recognized, yeah, now that happened out of some misunderstanding or prarabdha and all, that you need not hate. You may not like or love. Okay, doesn't matter. But why do you hate and get that vengeance? Isn't it? That remedies can be done. Hmm. Anywhere, हर जगह पे ऐसा ही. Hmm. Like in our life, so many people do harm to us. We form some opinions about them. अब वो opinion carry करके फायदा कुछ हो रहा है क्या? It's only a burden and load, no? Then trace back when it has happened and drop from the root level and be relax. आगे बढ़ो, अपने जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ो पहली बार. ना फंसो ना फंसाओ. Isn't it? In these two things, na, we can't फंसाओ anybody because everybody is pushed by their prarabdha. But definitely we फंसो because our bewakufi. This is how these type of siddhis help us. Now, the Jaigi Shavya Mahamuni's Katha. He lived for many, many Mahakalpas. He did uh, Sanyama on the samskara of his own, because of which the 10 Mahakalpas ka, all the Sukha Dukkha Anubhava he remembered. And what caused that was his different janmas. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 10 lakh janam honge. How many? He remembered all. In that, the positive of Manushya, Swargadi also he reached, the non-positive of Tiryaga and Narakadi also. So, to this Jaigishavya, great, great saint, we have to do namaskar to him. He is the disciple in our evening class of, mm, what is the text we are doing? Rumbhu Gita. Jaigishavya is the Shishya and Bhagwan Subramanya Kartikeya, he is the Guru. Rumbhu is the disciple, Lord Shiva himself is the Guru. And Rubhu Maharaj is the Guru, Nidaga is the disciple. So Jaigi Shaviji, whom we are every day from last 4 months remembering in the evening, dekho, he is there in Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. Vyasa quotes his name. Vyasa Bhashya ka hai, ye hum padh rahe. To him, the other great Rishi, Avatya, is there. And his references are in other Shastras. He is asked, Ki, you are with your great yoga Shakti, you have realized your 10,000 or 10 Mahakalpas or thousands of Shariras and all. And as a vibhaka of your karma, you have got sukha dukkha. Now, which is the greatest sukha and which is the greatest dukkha? You just tell. ये पूछते हैं कि नहीं आपको सबसे बढ़िया क्या लगा इस सिनेमा में? दी एंड ये बढ़िया लगा, बाकी बात हेडेक. ना दिस रिस्क आई डोंट टेक आस्किंग यू. स्वामी महाराज एक क्लास में अच्छा क्या लगा? वो जो आप पूर्ण मतलब बोलते हो ना, वो मजा आता. You will tell. You are without any hesitation. Na? You are a Mr. Frankenstein, frank people. So I should not ask. So to this question, Jaygi Shaviji's answer is philosophical. But the contextually, he answered means what? He remembered. He remembered means what? He Samyama resulted in really Purajati Jnanam. Then only he can tell. है ना? With the proofs also, available proofs. समटाइम ऑब्जेक्ट्स भी होंगे, कभी तो नहीं होंगे ऑब्जेक्ट कितना समय का. And again, it depends on the listener's faith. But then he says, I remembered. Now, the answer to the question, main point is done. Our reference is Jaygi Shavaji did the Samyama on his sanskaras. Therefore, he could know 10 Mahakalpa, all his lives of Manusya, Preta, Tiriyang and all, and the Sukha Dukha in that. Our Rishi, when he asked, he said, yes, I have known. Now, the answer to the question, which are Sukha Dukha, greater ones, philosophy is so simple. He says, there is no Sukha, everything was Dukkha. We have seen in the last second Padam, the 14th Sutra, talking this only. है ना कि दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. So that is the answer we have to study today. So first one, पुनः पुनः उत्पद्यमानेन सुखदुःखयोः किम् अधिकम् उपलब्धम् इति. पुनः पुनः उपलब्धमानेन सुखदुःखयोः. Again and again you are getting in sukha and dukkha because you are karma in each of the life. Among that किम् अधिकम् उपलब्धम् इति. Which is the highest sukha, which is the highest dukkha. थोड़ा बताओ जिंदगी में. Then answer. Bhagavantam avatyam Jaygishavya uvacha. To that avatya Rishi, Jaygishavya answered. Ki kya? Ki dashasu mahasargeshu. You are right. In the 10 mahasargas, bhavyatvat. Bhavyatvat means because of my great yoga sadhana, anabhibhuta buddhi sattvena, I developed that buddhi sattva, which was not abhibhuta by any particular lives, any of the experiences. Now, maya narakatiriyak bhavam dukkham sampashyata. I could see my sukha and dukkha which I have got in a नरक में जो दुख मिला, फिर देव मनुष्येषु पुनः पुनः उत्पद्यमानेन यत्किंचित् अनुभूतं तत्सर्वम्. Okay, I have experienced all the things and I am telling you the answer to you. The thing is what? Dukkhameva pratyat sarvam dukkhameva pratyavaimi. Even Swargadi Sukha also were dukkha to me. Now, though Vyasa Bhagavan has quoted here, this one in justification of the sutra, that samskara, other samskara, sakshkatkara, purajati, jnanam. But through that, are we not given this Vedantic or any of spiritual thought so clearly? Ki even Sargadi lokas also are dukkha only. Exactly what we studied in Upanishad Avi, where it was said, through karma, moksha, amrutatva, is it nothing doing, you will come back only. And tadyata iha karmachita loka kshiyante tatha amutra punyachita loka api kshiyante. Same what we studied there, what we have studied is here is same. So you see, you are right, my dear Avatya, with my great yoga sadhana, I was not overpowered in the forgetfulness. My buddhi sattva is very sharp. Therefore, through Samyama, when I did Samyama on the samskara, I remembered all 10 lives, 10 Mahakalpa. Hundreds and thousands of times I was in Preta Tiriyak, those dukkhas. And hundreds and thousands of times I was human being, Raja, Maharaja, कुछ भी था, even स्वर्ग. उसको सुख नहीं बोल रहे इधर, दोनों को मिलाकर बोल रहे. कहते हैं तत्सर्वम दुःखमेव. See, I read it for you. You see, दशसु महासर्गेषु भव्यत्वात् अनभिभूतबुद्धिसत्त्वेन मया नरकतिर्यग्भवं दुःखं सम्पश्यता. Same time, Deva means in the same way, Deva Manusheshu Punaha Punaha Utpadyamanena Yat Kinchan Anubhutam. Whatever I experienced, that Sarvam Dukkhameva Pratyavemi. I promisingly telling you, why it is so clear to me, everything is dukkha only. Because the dukkha, that it will end one day. शुरू होते ही वो खत्म हो जाएगा करके डर होता है मन में, और डर जाकर दुख देता है, वो दुख में वो. And the other reasons of dukkha, there are dvaita, there is द्वंद्वा, there is competition, there is comparison. अब इतने सारे नहीं बोला, आप समझ लो बाकी दुख के जो भी कारण है उधर है बस. दुःखमेव सर्वं प्रत्यवेमि. हो गया. Now भगवान आवट्य वाच. This is over. Now another question by Avatya ji, which has not relevance with the sutra here, but very relevant in our life's maturity. Very good it one. Very really heart touching point if you can catch. Bhagavan Avatya Vacha. The Avatya also great Rishi. He is asking Jaigeshavya ji कि यदिदम आयुष्मतः प्रधानवशित्वम अनुत्तमं च संतोष सुखम किम इदमपि दुःखपक्षे निक्षिप्तम इति. He says yadidam ayushmataha. Ayushmata means such a you who have lived a long life of you pradhanavashitvam anuttamam. You have put the pradhana into your vasha. What is called pradhana is called prakriti itself. Avyakta, Vyakrita, Prakriti, etc. What we say in the yoga bhasha or Sankhya bhasha, it is also called as pradhana. So you got the pradhana vasitvam. Wonderful. Second one is what? Ki, mm, uh, then santosha sukham. You also were very happy because santosha, the contentment. Now, kim idam api dukkha pakshe nikshiptam iti. इसके बारे में थोड़ा बताओ कि क्या तुमको तो सी द क्वेश्चंस पावर. यू गॉट द प्रधान वशित्व, you got the pradhana vashitvam, you also got santosha sukham. Do you mean to say pradhana vashitvam, the whole prakriti under your control, and santosha sukham, that great joy, happiness of contentment, do you mean to say they are also put in the category of the dukkha? Because to sarvam dukkham you said. Kaise? Good question, no, by Avatya Rishi ji. Now, Jaigi Savaji's answer is ultimate in it. मजा आएगा. He says कि भगवान जैगी शव्य उवाच. देखो, विषय सुख अपेक्षया एव इदम अनुत्तमम संतोष सुखम उक्तम कैवल्यापेक्षया दुःखमेव. First he says one of the very, without saying it is said, we have to add that and understand it. He first of all says कि the santosha sukha, the happiness gained and out of contentment is greater than even pradhana vashitva. पूरे प्रकृति को आप अपने नियंत्रण में करो, उससे ज्यादा सुख संतोष में होता है. And what is santosha? Contented by choice, which is the highest of maturity. And the highest of maturity, the achieved thing is very simple, but the consequence of it is infinite. मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, I am contented. इसमें सब कुछ आ गया बाबा. The one who is not contented with all the wealth is daridra. With all the sukha is dukkha only. But the one who is contented with all the daridra is a wealthy person. With all problems around, he is sukhi. Yesterday I was discussing someone, रात में कोई बात थी, यही बात कर रहे थे. If you are not contented, you can never be happy in life. It is not what is the situation around. It is not who are the people around. It is not what sukha dukkha they are giving. How is your inner mind's maturity? Think about that. Every situation, like the husband is so torturing me, but he doesn't also 100%. It is little better also. Be contented with that. And compare with others who are much more worst. You have prarabdha, you brought it. No, be contented. If not, you suffer in the mind. Anyway, outside you can't change the person. You know, change the person or change the mind. There are only two solutions. First is never possible. Because if he changes today by your influence, he'll be again changed by somebody's influence. Change has to come from within. That you can't expect him to change for you. You change for your sake. I was telling that person. है कि नहीं कि वो बंदा आपके लिए आज बदलेगा तो आप कल बदलोगे फिर कहोगे कि फिर से ही शुड चेंज फॉर मी इट कैन नेवर हैपन लीव द वर्ल्ड टू देयर ओन वे you be strong inside. What is the strength? Santosha, contentment. Nobody can shake him. No one is contented. And that's what the explanation we gave. When we compare with the higher people than us, we get discontentment. We're not talking spiritual, worldly parlance. You know, he has got a car, I have only got scooter. Compare with the higher, you get discontentment. But compare with the lower, that fellow has only cycle, I am having scooter, you are content. Our whole thing is what? Mind should be at peace and ease, contented. प्रारब्धवाद also helps. जो मैंने किया उसके हिसाब से मिला मुझे. Be contented. And you want better things, you work for it, you'll get tomorrow. But then in the worldly things, there's no contentment. That is why at the highest level of intellect, our Jagi Shaveji doesn't give this answer, which is the direct answer to the question. Question क्या था कि आपको तो प्रधान अवशित्व में मिल गया और आप संतोष सुख भी मिल गया. क्या दोनों का आप दुखी मानते हो? तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज व्हाट? ग्रेटर देन द प्रधान सुखित्व, प्रधान अवशित्व सुख इज द संतोष सुख. That we discussed so far, you and I. कि be contented in life with whatever material things. Spirituality तो चलता रहेगा परमात्मा मिलने तक. That you can't be contented. You have to have that restlessness. और भी शास्त्र सुनना पढ़ना बात समझने तक. समझने के बाद मेडिटेशन के लिए ग्रीड होना चाहिए. In the greed, अनुभूति and establish the अनुभूति. Because that's the only one which prompts us, which we have seen in the Vedanta class in the introduction today, in between also. Now the second point said by Jaygi Shavya, I'm focusing here. He says, this sukha obtained through us because of santosha. You know what is sentence? Let me read that only. Ki Vishaya sukha apekshaya eva idam anuttamam santosha sukham. So from the pradhana vashitva sukha compared to that, the santosha sukha is great. This santosha sukha is great only compared with the Vishaya sukha. Vishaya sukha apekshaya eva. In the parallels of Vishaya sukha apeksha, this santosha is great sukha. That without the Vishayas also, you maintain sukha. But he says, Kaivalya apekshaya dukkhameva. In comparison with the Kaivalya sukha, the moksha sukha, the atma sukha, even this santosha also dukkhameva. It's only choice wala santosha. मैं खुश हूँ. But you have not discovered the self. Through the discovery of the self, that Kaivalya Sukha is it is deeper than the deepest, it is infinite. Therefore, that is greater than this. Compared to that, even Santosha Sukha also is Dukkha. But Santosha Sukha is always greater than Vishaya Sukha. Because Vishayas come, go, again they keep on giving Dukkha. Irrespective of Vishayas, I am contented when you are inside the mind. That is better. But don't stop there. मैं किसी की अपेक्षा नहीं करता हूँ, मैं अपने आप में खुश हूँ. करो खुद खुशी अभी. That is बेवकूफी. We have to discover the Atma Anubhava. Compared to that, this also is dukkha only. So, Kaivalya apekshaya santosha sukham api dukkham eva. Santosha sukham is better than Vishaya sukham. Vishaya sukha comes and goes and gives dukkha. Therefore, be contented. So, contented with regard to the Vishayas. But then, don't be contented with Kaivalyam without getting the Kaivalyam. Get the Kaivalya Prapti through the Yoga Vedanta Sadhana. Okay. So, Buddhi Sattvasya ayam dharmaha trigunaha. Because this being contented is at the Buddhi level only. It is not the Atma level. Therefore, its depth will not be that much happy. हाँ मैं बस खुश हूँ. वो बुद्धि में एक निश्चय हो गया, जो वो परिस्थिति हो, आई विल बी हैप्पी. बट वेर इज आत्मन हियर, वेर इज ब्रह्मन हियर, वेर इज कैवल्य स्थिति हियर? नहीं है. Therefore, it is lower. Dukkha srupa tuna buddhi sattvasya ayam dharma trigunaha. Trigunascha pratyaha heya pakshe nyaste iti. Dukkha rupa trishna tantuhu. Trishna dukkha santana apagamatu prasannam abadam sarvanukulam sukham idam uktam iti. So, because of lot of trishnas, we become so much of dukkha. Opposite of trishna is santosha. Therefore, santosha has removed the relative dukkha. Sorry, the dukkha gained because of trishna. Therefore, in that santosha, it is only a relative happiness, not absolute. तृष्णा के कारण होने वाला दुख मिट गया. That absence of the dukkha is giving a happiness when we are in santosha. But that does not mean it's a positive happiness as great as Paramatma Prapti. So Santosha is Dukkha Nivarana Santosha. Because in contentment Santosha, Santosha Dukkha is Dukkha Nivarana. Santosha Sukha is Dukkha Nivarana Sukha. Because in Trishna there is Dukkha. In Santosha, Trishna is removed. Therefore, Trishna giving Dukkha is not there. Therefore, the Dukkha absence is experienced as Sukha in Santosha. But it has nothing to do with the Atma Sukha Kaivalya. Now, is it not a hint to many of us who say, Swami, कुछ चाहिए नहीं मुझे, मैं खुश हूँ, मैं. अरे, that is good for the world. You can't say that in spirituality. In spirituality, चाहना ही पड़ता है परमात्मा को, पाना ही पड़ता है through yoga or Vedanta sadhana. Okay. In this way, though the main sutra is about samskara sakshat karanat purajati jnanam, through the Jaigishavya Katha, we have understood two more very crucial things. First thing is what? 10 Mahakalpas, so many times he might have gone to Swargaloka, Brahmaloka. For him, all of that also dukkha. So too, he has got Narayana, Pradhanavashitvam, he has got the Santosha Sukha. But both of them also are dukkha only in compared to Kaivalya Prapti. Now, how closely this subject is going with what we are studying in our Shvetashvatara Sambandha Bhashya. Exactly same. The words used are different. There also, only through the Brahmanamurti gained through the Upanishad Adhyanam that there is final moksha. Upanishad Brahma Vidyaya Samsarasya Visharanam Avidyayaha Avasadanam Brahmagamanam. Then only moksha. So these things again and again we listen and decide in the heart. I'll get Kaivalya through Paramatma. Then start doing sadhana. Or ekbar you have hit the road towards a destination. If the distance is long, Suhana suffer, keep traveling, keep enjoying. So how many lives it takes for us to achieve to the Kaivalya of the yoga or Brahmanubhuti of Vedanta? Okay, but we are still stuck to, we are convinced about that is the goal, this is the path. Ab chalte raho, isn't it? We are away from the bylanes, we are away from all distractions, we are away from the misguidances, we are away from unwanted temptations or misunderstandings in which we were pursuing wrong paths. और सब चला गया. I need the Kaivalya, the sadhana is this yoga. Or I need the Brahma Tattva Anubhuti, sadhana is Upanishad Vedya Brahma Jnana. Fix कर लो बाबा मन को इसमें, बाकी किसी में नहीं फंसना. Anything done, it will give result, but it is endful. Now, with this, we do this sutra conclusion. What is the next one? कि प्रत्ययस्य परचित्त ज्ञानम. देखो प्रत्ययस्य. When you do the Samyama on pratyaya of others, pratyaya means about others chitta. If you do that, then you will get his chitta jnana. Of the past also, again in the present also, what is there in his chitta. And what is Bhashyakara says for it. With that, tomorrow we'll study it. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Good.